Oh, okay. We are on. So, hey, hello, welcome. How are you, week? What did
Great.
you?
We have very good news and advance in progress in the project, I think. Uh,
Ah, good.
I talked to Marcus about Simple FP Connect and have a very good conversation and he's willing to help us developing the module. Actually, he is willing to maintain the module if we have adopted or adapted the tested one.
So, refresh my memory. You already have a fork of Simple Facebook Connect working with Social API, right?
Yes. However, he gave me two recommendations. The first one was to have like a name convention for the modules. I don't know if you have happened to review the media entity project.
No.
Mm,
What is that?
Let me share this screen. Entire shirt. Okay, Drupal project media entity. What is good about this project is that the the project that depends on this module have the same convention. They have media entity image, media entity audio, and so on.
Yeah,
Therefore,
yeah, I agree. That's why we are going with the social underscore, right?
yeah, and I think we what he wants us to do is like have a name convention like a social out Facebook, and once the module is released, he will just point a link to the project and just continue maintaining the social out Facebook and not the simple Facebook Connect.
Okay, okay, that seems good. Do you have permissions to create a project?
Yeah, I think I can create. Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
okay, cool. I kind of prefer that you could create the project, so everything goes under your name. Because I'm
But
not writing code at this point, so it's better that you take the credit. Um, so yeah, either you or Marcos can create that. That's really good news.
yeah, I will need to change the name of the files, but that's not a major issue. And
No, yeah, that is true. You will need to do some checks. So sorry, go ahead. Finish your
the
status
other,
report.
the other point that he told me was about security layer. He wants someone else to review the code in terms of security before he agrees to point a link to the project and maintaining it. He doesn't want to review the code in terms of security because the code is very similar to what he has written. So he's kind of blind about his own code,
Hmm.
and he wants
Uh,
someone to review it.
okay. Yeah. I can review it, or I can try to find someone in the security team to give it a go, or we could, if you want, do an exercise of using this module in order to expose it to people wanting to read code. But anything really works. Uh, why don't you create and rename the module and we'll see who can review this from the security point of view.
Okay, I will do so. So the other, the one that we had about Google login, I will change it to social auth log Google. So we have the same name convention in every
Uh-huh.
module. And I think that's all I have to say. Yep.
Okay. So part of this meeting with Marcus, have you been working on anything else? Have you been working on the buttons that you wanted to work?
Yes, I kind of already completed it. Let me see. It should be open this in
Oh, maybe
screenshot.
you want to demo something for me.
Yeah, I have the. Oh, it's this one. Can you see my screen there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have the new Google login button here, and as as you suggested, we have like the block with the buttons. You can select between like. Wait a minute, Daniel wants to join. I think. Let me. I can share this link, right? Can you hear me?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, you can do that.
Okay. I need to go to Facebook. Okay.
Mhm.
And we have the buttons. You can have like in blocks, or you can add it directly to a content or a node.
I would suggest that. So, okay. This this issue is going to be something that is very difficult to solve for every purpose. Um, uh, but it is the correct URL.
I guess so. Doesn't it open?
It does open. So this issue is going to be a recurring thing where it's it can be difficult to provide all the options that we want in order to render anything in any place, right?
Yes. So, what do you suggest to do?
So what I'm thinking is that um, every time that we put up something in the page, we do it through a block, just like you're showing there, right? Um, Additionally, we should have theme functions, so people can use those theme functions to render that. Well, actually tweak templates, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So
Yes.
uh, ideally, I would want to have maybe a render element. Do you know what a render element is?
Yes.
So
Although
ideally,
I haven't created one a custom render element yet, but I can just look at it.
I can, if you want, I can give you a code sample. Or actually, you can download the module environment indicator. Do you know that module?
No, that.
It's a simple module. It gives you like a color bar at the top, so you know what environment you're on. So that module has a very simple render element. So what it does, it's like when you write a form, you write like an array, right? And you say
Mhm.
type text area, right?
Yes, yes.
So it would be something like type equals Facebook button. And then you give all the options like you do with the text area, saying the minimum length, the title, etc. In that case, it would be, I know, the Facebook app or whatever. So by defining that render element, you would make this very clean, not only for the site builders that can place the block anywhere in the page, but also to developers that want to maybe imagine that they want to put this inside of that text. How do they do that, right?
Mhm.
Uh, they could create a token that gets replaced by the render element that I was telling you. So actually, let me see if I can show you the code.
I will stop sharing.
Uh, yeah, I can. I'm gonna share my screen. So something that you can do is, are you seeing the screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so see how here, I'm gonna close all this stuff because this is not relevant. You can see here that I'm putting in the top of the page an element of type environment indicator, right? And in
Mhm.
here I'm passing some variables, just like you would like with a, like I said, like with Form API, and you can do things like attached and declare some access, etc. Right? So providing this makes it very easy for anyone to put the whatever thing that we're putting on the page, like a button or maybe the login logo or whatever, right? It makes it very easy. So in order to do this, what you do is you just like you do usually, and you declare the render element.
What's the difference in using it as a render element and declaring of type environment indicator, or using the theme the theme variable to declare a thing?
I'm not sure I'm following that.
What I mean is, when you have a tweak template, you can call it by using the themed variable in a render element, in a render array,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yes.
The
It
difference between.
it's it's very similar. The idea here is that it's a little bit cleaner, and um, you don't need to know the name of the tweak template or how to render it. You just pass the type, and then you can add things like adding the cache tags, right?
Mhm.
And which is not critical for this work, but it kind of has a point. And in general, having render elements is a good thing, because then you have here under element, you have a class that that you can use to refer to this, right? So this inherits from container, and it just calls in this case, it just calls the tweak template, because this is very simple. But you could have some business logic, and it's all contained in this class. So do you see a little bit of gain here?
Yes, yes, yes.
So and in here inside of templates, I'm just declaring the tweak template. So that's pretty much it. Ideally, we would want to have, like, for instance, and I'm gonna go back to you. Ideally, you would want to, and you can download that module and copy and paste if you need to. Um, Ideally, we would want to have for the buttons, we would want to have a list and a list of buttons, and then every button individually. And every button individually could be a render element.
You have to have different render element for buttons, or you want to like have the Facebook button render element, and then in the other variables you declare. For example, you can have a variable called button. In the button variable, you declare which buttons you want to use.
It's kind of up to you. What do you think it's best? I think this kind of it doesn't matter too much. The idea is that you should have a tweak template to render all this, like every button and then a list of buttons, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that's it. However you put it on the page, it's kind of up to you. This render element is just a suggestion. If you want to, improve your Drupal skills, try something new or whatever. But it's not a requirement whatsoever.
I got. I
So
will. Yeah. Maybe I can create. I can create the project in the Drupal side, upload it what I have now, and then work on it after finish it the first
okay.
part.
So we have the buttons for Facebook. You added more buttons, right? That's what you did this week.
Yes, I add more buttons, but Facebook actually have three buttons, which are the send, the shared, and the like button. Those are the three.
Okay, that's cool. So then there would be another module that could interact with social API. That could be Facebook comments, right? Because it's another widget.
A widget. We consider a widget in the actually in the Facebook terms is considered a plugin. So you can use it as a widget. You don't need to authenticate users.
Ah, okay, I see. I see. Cool, cool. I see how this comes together really, really cleanly. I'm really happy to see that. Uh, Cool. So I think that you have enough to do this week. If for any reason you run out of work to do, you can ping me, or you can also start working on getting post some example to post, right?
I was thinking of doing that, working on the documentation.
Oh, yes. Yeah, documentation is good.
Where should we post the documentation? My blog post in the Drupal node.
I think that for now, you can create the documentation in a document somewhere if you want. But do you know the Drupal documents, the Drupal documentation? Do you
Yes, I
know
know.
that you can create pages in there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Then I'm not going to share my screen. Yeah, so that's the best place to put it. You could actually go ahead and look for the Facebook auto post documentation page,
Mm-hmm.
and there should be a link from the Facebook auto post project page. Let me Drupal.org project post. Okay. Read documentation. Right. So if you go to this node here, you will see that Facebook Autopost is filed under third-party integration modules.
Okay.
So in there you could put something, like social API, and then have as many child pages as you need.
Yes. So I can create like a documentation for the social API.
Yeah, you can create a whole book structure in there. I'm just suggesting that you put, okay, let me send you another link. This is the parent of the page that I just sent you.
Yes.
So in there, if you scroll to the bottom, you will see that you can create a child page.
There are like a list of topics, right?
Yeah. Do you see looking for support? Visit the Drupal.org forums at the bottom, and there is a link that says Add Child Page.
I'm seeing. Where is that? Ah, okay. Looking for support. Visit the Drupal. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, right underneath that there is an Add Child Page in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you click that, you can create a page in there, and you can create pages inside that page, etc., etc. So you can start by having social API, and then social auth, social auth Facebook, like child pages.
I see. I see. I see.
So
Great.
I think that may be the best way to document this.
I got it. Yeah. That's.
And obviously you can do as much copy and paste as you want to your own blog.
Yeah, I can like show more examples and code in my blog, and here just talk about the
I would post the same thing.
the
I
same
mean,
thing.
yeah, put as much documentation as you can in the Drupal.org page. If you want to simplify in your blog, that's okay. That's your blog. You can do whatever. But I would put as much documentation as possible.
Okay. Great.
Um, so yeah, work on that, and maybe for next week we can talk about
We haven't
social.
even let the social post.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We can maybe talk about social post Twitter. How does that sound?
Good. Although I
Yeah.
haven't finished the Facebook post. I having issues with the token. But yeah, Twitter. I like it. Twitter.
I mean, that way we have examples of the most of the
Different.
major
Mhm.
networks. So
Yes, yes,
cool.
yes.
So we're about to run out of time. Do you
Yeah.
have anything that you need that you wanted me to do? I will review your blog post, your weekly blog post when you send it. I think that the Google Docs made sense, right? It was easy for you.
Yeah, it was easier to use the Google Docs.
Okay, good. That's an improvement. So is there anything that you need me to do?
No, so far, I think. No.
Okay, no worries. You can ping me. Well, you
Thank
know how
you.
it goes.
Yeah. See you. This week.
Okay, have a nice week.